Hey, 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 hello to everybody. Mucho amor to all my dear friends. This is your hippie pastor on show number 7 of the new show of the hippie pastor. Ladies and gentlemen, this show is going to be called the parenthesis. Parenthesis, why? It's going to be called the parenthesis because we're in the middle of the story of how where did I let last leave off? Oh yeah, I met this black hippie guy, right? And he gave me some mescaline, and we went tripping on mescaline, on the way to find God. But I got to make a parenthesis right now. There's an important subject that has been brought to my attention by some of my fans, and so we need to expound on this a bit. I'll try not to bore you. It's only going to be 10 minutes. So anyway, this is it. I have a couple of friends that believe in this, in flying saucers, in aliens, in angels, in spirits, in gods from the Persia, from Greek, and there's a god that they particularly worship or follow, and his name is Anunnaki. 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 Okay. Also, Christians, especially evangelical Christians of the many different denominations, they spent a lot of them, not all of them, but many of them. Their main interest is to argue Scripture, and they claim, each one claims that they have exclusive rights signed to them by God of the only correct and true interpretation. They are owners. Each one of these different Christian denominations in their own interpretation are the owners of the only truth. And everyone else is mistaken or living in some kind of ignorance, in an ignorant state. So they have the only truth. So, and in general, the Christian religion is the only truth, and all other religions are wrong, and are not walking with God, and their eternal future is uncertain because they're not Christians. But they do this within Christian organizations and different denominations. They do this to each other. They say, the Lutherans say that the Jehovah's Witnesses are not God's children and are not going to heaven. The Seventh-day Adventists say that of somebody else. Everybody has the exclusive rights of the only true interpretation. I mean, there's like thousands of them. Then you got all these cults that worship the true prophet. And if you're not with the true prophet, you better get with it because you're probably not going to heaven. And then they do this on the level of religions, like the Buddhists, the Buddhist religions, Muslims, everybody's got the only truth. And God has signed off His freedom, His rights to that group of exclusive rights of the only true interpretation. And the same with these people. I was surprised. The Anunnaki. They also believe that they have the only truth and that they are way superior and above spiritually than everyone else. And unless and they are desperate to try to convert you to their truth and to convince you that your truth is wrong, is a mistake, and that you need to believe in their truth. So they're all going around, all these different people, different beliefs, claiming that they have the only true interpretation, and if you don't get with them, and some of them, they do it out of love and concern because they think you're going to hell. Just like I did when I was a kid. I was a Roman Catholic, and I was taught to believe that only Catholics were going to heaven. And I had a friend that was a Protestant, and I was 7 years old, and my friend was 9 years old, and I convinced him that to be baptized into the Catholic religion so he can go to heaven, and he agreed with me. And I asked the priest, and the priest told me how to do it, so I poured a pitcher of water on his head and baptized him into the Catholic religion so he can go to heaven. Everybody's got the only truth. And then a lot of these people, because their relatives, their friends, many people don't want to listen to them and are tired of hearing their fanatical beliefs, even in family reunions. It's just like if you make a living selling I don't know, vacuum cleaners, and then you're invited to a family barbecue, and there you are trying to sell your vacuum cleaners to every single friend and family member, instead of enjoying the fellowship, having a beer, enjoying the fellowship, enjoying the friendship, enjoying the love. You're busy trying to sell everyone this vacuum cleaner that you think they need. The same is true about all the spiritual groups, and as you know, and I know you people are with me, the only one that has the exclusive truth and the interpretation is the hippie pastor. That would be me. That would be me. I'm the only one. But I don't go around pushing it on everybody else. And you know what the true interpretation is? That there is no truth. That there is no one and only truth. The only truth that Jesus taught was love. Love. God is love. That's the only true interpretation. Love your brother. Love your sister. Forgive. Give them a hug. Bring love into the world, like the Beatles sang. What everybody, all we need is love and love. All that the world needs is love, and love is the only real truth. There is no religious doctrine or spiritual beliefs or goddess or Greek gods or mythology or I don't care what. You only have to believe in love, my friend, even if you're a sinner, like the hippie pastor, sinning every day, busy sinning every day when he's not fixing his hairdo. So that's the way it is. That's the way it is with that. And so, in other words, while the lost people with addictions, the drug addicts, the hookers on the street, the alcoholics, the homeless, are out there like lost sheep. All these so-called shepherds and pastors are busy arguing with each other about who has the real truth, and meanwhile the world is going to hell, and there's people out there that need help. Why don't they go and help them and show their truth interpretation with their actions of helping their fellow man and lifting up the fallen like Jesus did, instead of arguing about religion and theology and I have the right interpretation and you're wrong. How do you like that? So the hippie pastor announces, I am not a sheep. Although my hair, could fool you, could have fooled you with this hairdo. I am not a sheep. I am not a shepherd. I am known by my constituents and my followers. They named me themselves the hippie pastor because I'm out there on the streets dealing with the hippies, and I'm a hippie myself, and I think Jesus was a hippie, so they call me the hippie pastor. But pastor, the hippie pastor really is a lone wolf. I am a lone wolf. Woo! Woo, woo, woo. I am a lone wolf, and I'm not ashamed to say it. And I'm not trying to convince anybody of my religion, except for the religion of love. And everybody needs love. We all need love. See, this is my work. I publish these pamphlets. That's my job on the streets. And I distribute them in various languages. We need more love. It's not, okay? We need more love. That's what I preach. We need more love. I don't preach theology, biblical verses, self-righteousness, self-holiness, this God and this deity, or chanting this or chanting that, or belonging to this or belonging to that. The only religion is we need love. What the world needs is love, my brothers. What the world needs is love. So, and another thing, these people, they're looking for a sidekick. They're looking for a follower, because in their insecurity, they need followers. So they're looking for weak-minded people out there. That's how cults begin, cult leaders. That's how they start. They look for people with a weak mind, and then they get worshipped by these people because they convince them that they are the anointed prophet. come to the planet to save you. It's like, follow me, like the Apostle Paul. He was an idiot. He was an idiot when he said that, follow me. Follow your mama, Apostle Paul. I ain't following you. Follow God, man. Follow me. Don't follow me. Follow yourself. Follow nature, and follow life, and follow love, and follow God. So these insecure people are looking for followers. And they're going to try to convince you that you're wrong, and that your interpretation is wrong, and that you should follow theirs, because they have the only true interpretation. And then from there, forget it. They'll be manipulating and using you till you become such an idiot, till you wake up, and then you're going to hate them and blame them for being such a stupid ass. Such a stupid ass for following man instead of following yourself, your spirit, and God directly. God is a jealous God, and I will have no other gods before me, saith the Lord. The hippie pastor, with a lot of love and a lot of enthusiasm, will now say, hasta luego. See you later, baby, for the next show. And in the next show, we're going to keep on with the story. I know you're all like holding on to your seats. Coming soon, the rest of the story, how the hippie pastor finds God.